Well, I hope you're enjoying all this amazing African food. It has been prepared by a genuine African. And if you ever want to cater an event with African food, Nelly Akoko. And I will, you can just come see me. I'll put you in touch with her. But she did an amazing job, didn't she? Yes. Really good food. So we're going to get moving with this program tonight because we have a lot to get in, and we want to make sure everybody gets home at a good, decent time tonight so you can come to first service tomorrow morning, right? Okay. So we're just going to spend a little time right now looking back at some of the things that Nation Changers has done since we began, and that'll give you an idea of the kind of projects that we invest in, and hopefully it'll help you, inspire you to want to give. So Nation Changers was birthed in my heart about 6 years ago on the 6th floor of the girls' dormitory at Good Samaritan School and Orphanage in Kampala, Uganda. Take a look at this.
But when I heard you pray, I had hope. There is hope. Hope for your country. And hope for the world. Right here. In you. Amen?
That was quite a moment. I had climbed 6 flights of stairs, and I kept hearing this noise, and I didn't know what it was. And when I got to the 6th floor of the girls' dormitory, it was children praying. I had never heard children pray like that before. I grew up in church, and I had never heard children pray like that. So that's what gripped my heart. It wasn't what they were lacking, and they were lacking a lot. Some of them, if you look at what they're wearing, it looks like a hospital gown, and that's all they have on, and that's all they have. But rather, I was stirred in my heart by what they did have, and that was that they had hope. They had hope because they had the truth. They had the Word of God that says they were created in God's image and for a purpose, and then with a future and a hope. And they have a godly father figure. His name is Alex Matala, and he is affectionately known by 1,000 orphans as Uncle Alex. And so this man has a vision to raise up 1,000 orphans and educate them and give them the gospel and send them out as professionals, educated and ready to change their nation. And that was a vision that I could partner with. That was a vision I could get behind. And so since 2013, Nation Changers International has donated 500 mattresses.
Hello, Aunt Laura. As you can see, the old mattresses are
Look
being
at those
brought
things they
out.
were sleeping on. Would you let your children sleep on that?
The children are very excited.
They're infested with bed bugs and lice.
About the miracle that has happened to them. They're really excited. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Isn't that amazing? Thank you. That was for your generous support, made that possible. We also donated 1,000 sheets. And I will tell you, in 2014, when I was fundraising for sheets, I was new at this. I still feel like I'm new at it. But I had raised enough money for 50 sheets. They needed 500 sheets. But in 2014, I went back with 50 sheets. It was like a seed offering. I said, Lord, I have got to do better than this. So I came home and began fundraising, and within a couple of years, we had raised enough money for 1,000 sheets. So we reached that goal. So every orphan in that orphanage in Kampala, Uganda, has a new sheet. We've done school supplies. And we didn't just buy books. That's not what we do. We don't just put a Band-Aid on a problem. We want them to learn how to make books so that they can have a skill, a marketable skill, and that they can be self-sufficient. And so we provide them with the supplies, and they make books. And I don't know, if when you went to school, if you didn't have one of those marble notebooks to write in, what would you have done? I mean, most of us didn't have computers then, so they don't have computers. So they needed something to write in. And so they sew these books, glue the binding on, glue the backs. It's amazing. And they do it in massive quantity. So we're very proud of them for that. And we took the same approach with our Dreamweavers project. Some of you might remember when we were fundraising for that. And there was tremendous support for Dreamweavers. We were very excited that was a huge success. And again, we didn't just want to buy 400 girls sanitary products. It would not have worked in their country. They can't just throw those things away, okay? It would have created a problem, an ecological problem, if we had done that. Nor did I want to just buy them the reusable sanitary products. I wanted them to learn how to make them, again, so that they have a marketable skill, because there is a great need for this. The girls were missing a week of school every month. And so, they would fall behind. And so this was great. We went there, and we had purchased all the materials. We purchased the sewing machines, and they were very excited to learn how to make them. And I brought my daughter, who's a creative seamstress, and so she came and she taught them how to make reusable, washable, eco-friendly sanitary products. And then we purchased, oh my goodness, we've purchased shoes and panties and headbands and soccer balls and all kinds of things that the children enjoy and needed. And we also have provided scholarships for orphans. Sometimes when you think about orphans, you think about little children, right? They grow up. They grow up, and if they cannot go to university, they end up back on the street. What good was that? So they don't have a mom and dad who's going to pay for their college. And so we've started sponsoring orphan students to university. And so they're getting their degrees so that they can then go out and be productive and self-sufficient. So we're very excited about that. We purchased some medical supplies. Many of the children come to the orphanage sick, some of them HIV positive, because AIDS is rampant in those nations. And they do not have access to health care. And many of the remote villages, all they have is a witch doctor. And I will not say it over the microphone what the witch doctor tells them to do. But I can tell you that it is not helping. It is spreading the problem. And so again, they need education, they need health care, and they need just, a chance to succeed. And so we have provided them with some medical supplies. And then in another school in Mukono, you'll see pictures of it later, we've done some building improvements. Grace Junior School, and there's more to be done, so I'll be talking about that later. But we did purchase the materials and the tools to install the sidewalk and that overhang, okay? Because they were stepping out of the classrooms into mud. and there was no protection for them from the rain. So we purchased that and got that done, but I'll be talking more about what they need later. And so finally, I just want to say we did purchase some school uniforms for some kids. We've started working with a group in Kenya that's called Kenya Kids. And there's about 10 orphanages throughout the nation of Kenya. And so we have gotten involved with 2 of them so far. And one of them we had purchased uniforms and school supplies and things for the children to go to school. But and then I'll be talking more about what we're doing at the other orphanage in Kenya later. So that's just a brief overview of some of the projects that we've taken on since 2013. And like I said, later I'll be coming up here to let you know what our goals are for 2019. All right? So enjoy the rest of your dinner, and we'll be back up here later.